And the big story today is Klint Kubiak, the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now look, everybody kind of knew this deal was going to happen. It was just a matter of when the Seahawks season ended. But the offensive coordinator for Seattle becoming the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm trying to find reason to be optimistic. I'm trying to find reason to think that, this organization finally has the guy to turn it around. I'm not a Las Vegas Raiders fan per se, but I live in Las Vegas now. We bring you the show every day from Las Vegas. So obviously, I want to be in a city where the NFL team in that market is successful. It's better for me. It's better for the show. It's just better to cover sports in a city where you have a functioning, solid NFL team. The problem for the Raiders is this. Every time they're making one of these hires, they're doing it from a position of being the worst team in their division. You're not looking up at you can't even think of it in the context of the Raiders having to look up at all of the AFC. You just have to think about it within the context of looking at your own division. Are they better than the Chiefs, even with all the uncertainty around Patrick Mahomes? No. Are they better than the Chargers, who just went to the playoffs and have one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Justin Herbert? No. Are they better than the Denver Broncos, who have an up-and-coming, good young quarterback, albeit with some health issues in Bo Nix, and a Super Bowl winning head coach in Sean Payton, and a team that just went to the playoffs and frankly could have been in the Super Bowl if Bo Nix hadn't been healthy? Are they better than that team? No. So you're operating from a position of Klint Kubiak having to come in here, knowing the graveyard of coaches that sit beside Allegiant Stadium, whether it's Chip Kelly, whether it's Antonio Pierce, whether it's John Gruden, whether it's Pete Carroll, and we go on and on and on. This is what you're walking into. It's a very daunting task for Klint Kubiak. And I know a lot of people will say, well, it's different now. Tom Brady's there. Tom Brady's a minority owner, and he's going to have a more active hand and a more active role in sort of shaping the future of this organization. And while that sounds good on the surface, I can give you a lot of examples of former players who have gone into the ownership game and have failed miserably. Most notably, the greatest player in the history of the NBA, Michael Jordan. Most notably, one of the greatest players in the history of baseball, and Derek Jeter. So I can give you a lot of examples. Now, you can give me Jerry West, and we could go around and around on this. But to just automatically assume that a great former player, an all-time great in Tom Brady, is going to be able to come in here, rub his hands, throw some fairy dust in the air, and suddenly the Raiders are going to be good just because of that. That's flawed logic. If this thing is going to work, it's going to work because Klint Kubiak is allowed to come in here, given the time he needs to succeed. Let's not pull the ripcord on this if the Raiders go, 7-10 next year or 6-11 next year with Fernando Mendoza as their starting quarterback. You got to give this guy time to build this thing the way he needs to. It can't just be another one and done or a two and done situation here for Mark Davis. They have to be willing to invest the time in Klint Kubiak and allow him to be successful.